guys? How we doing this week? It's the day before Halloween. I hope you're all looking forward to that. Last year I did a special video review on It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, and this year I'm doing it on the acclaimed animated film Spirited Away. Now, I absolutely love Japanese animation, and in particular the films of Hayao Miyazaki. I haven't seen everything from Studio Ghibli, or even all of his films. The only one I've yet to see actually is Porco Rosso, which I've heard is really good as well. But I have an absolute undying love for these films. The first one I ever actually saw from him was Kiki's Delivery Service in elementary school, and I didn't quite get it at the time, so I don't really count it as the first film. The one that I actually sat the whole way through and can remember and is my favorite to this day is Princess Mononoke. Now, after I saw that film, I decided I better check out the one that he's most known for, Spirited Away. Because those films are so vastly different, I had a hard time at first really enjoying Spirited Away as much as Princess Mononoke. But I also think that can be the case for people that have never seen that film and watching it for the first time. There's a lot of things you might not understand upon first viewing. Now let's get to the premise. The film itself deals with a young 10-year-old girl named Chihiro who's moving to a new place and she's not really looking forward to it. She's leaving one of her best friends behind. While driving in the car with her parents, they come across this tunnel. They end up leaving the car and everything starts becoming really strange. She's not sure why her parents are deciding to do this in the first place. Everything just feels really off. So he ends up going to this like abandoned theme park, which then turns into this place that's just full of life and also very mysterious spirits. Her parents start to act really strange and they just start trying to find some food on a nearby place and just start eating all of it. And out of nowhere, they actually turn straight up into pigs. So yeah, this film is definitely on the different kind of more abstract, very imaginative realm of Miyazaki. There's a lot of hidden themes and things throughout this film that if you saw it for the first time, you're probably not going to realize it at all until you looked it up later. And with that, the main plot really focuses on how Chihiro is lost and she's trying to figure out how she can save her parents from this trap or curse that they're under. So her plan is to go to work at this bathhouse run by the evil witch Yubaba. She gets help from a young boy named Haku who works for her. Now, while this is the overall central plot, there's a lot of really fun little interesting moments that happen throughout the film that kind of lead up to that final conclusion. And it's done in such a fantastic flow that it just feels so seamless throughout this film. When there's one big step that needs to happen, as soon as it happens, it just transitions to a new thing. Whether it's, first of all, Chihiro just trying to get her job. Once we get through that phase, it becomes her learning how to do the job and having to satisfy very strange, unusual customers. And trust me, this film is just incredibly animated, visually stunning, all of those things. It's hard to say in the world of anime or animated films that there is anything more stunning looking than this one out there, and this film came out in 2001. I got to actually see it in theaters for the very first time at Studio Ghibli Fest 2017. They've already shown My Neighbor Totoro, Kiki's Delivery Service, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, and Castle in the Sky, but if you're last minute just seeing this video today, you might be able to still see Spirited Away in the next 2 or 3 days. Also, next month will be the last one of the festival, Howl's Moving Castle. Back to Spirited Away. This film is just a landmark, one of the greatest animated films ever made. Won an Academy Award for Best Animated Feature in the 75th Oscars. Hayao Miyazaki is just an absolute genius. His themes just completely feel so fleshed out here. The things that you're not aware of really upon first viewing, most likely. Some of the stuff he talks about actually deals with prostitution, and you're watching this film, that line is never quite uttered at all. So I would do a little research, look up the character No Face, and you'll hear some interesting things and theories about this character. Now that I've seen this film 3 times, I feel like I truly understand everything about it. All the flaws and the things that I never quite understood before have completely dissolved, and I see it as probably my second favorite film that he's done. And it's really, really hard for me to pick between any of his films because I love them all. This film really has it all. It's well paced, it's got a great run length, the characters are intriguing and interesting, it's got a very fascinating storyline and plot. All of the voice acting too, especially, it's really well done. There'll be moments that will surprise you, shock you, possibly even frighten you. I maybe wouldn't recommend this for little kids just yet, but it's definitely one of the more approachable Hayao Miyazaki films. It is his most popular film. You can't get a reputation like that for nothing. I don't really want to say much more, especially for those of you who have never seen this film, and I know you're out there. Don't lie to me. It is very, very special, and if you've never seen it, I highly recommend going to see it in theaters or getting yourself a Blu-ray copy of it as soon as possible. It is that good and will stay that way for, I hope, the end of time. Spirited Away entrances viewers into a world unlike any other as an endlessly entertaining and brilliantly crafted masterpiece. And that's why this film is a diligent pick. So guys, please tell me you've seen Spirited Away, and if you haven't, I want to know why. I want to know what you're doing with your life. Go out and see this movie in theaters. Go buy it on Blu-ray. Do whatever you need to do. Talk to me about it later. For those of you who have seen it, let's talk about it in the comments. What are your favorite things about it? Give me your favorite moment, scene, line of dialogue. What are your favorite Studio Ghibli films? What are you looking forward to seeing soon for Halloween? My name is Dylan, and if you love entertainment, subscribe to my channel while this video ends, and send me a thumbs up before you go. Thanks for watching, and stay diligent.